Yo, what's going on, man? Free game all day, man. You know what it is, man. Like and subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? Had a little mini vacation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back at it, man. Holla at y'all about this bullshit. So I'm gonna talk to you about something that I think that'll save a lot of people a lot of trouble. And I done brought up some shit like this before, but I think it's just more important overall. Like, it's good enough just to know, because that's the difference between success and not having success, having a hard time or wasting your time. And that's the low or high interest game. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing that people have to understand, they have to think outside the box is, you know, it's all good to have looks. It's all good to be attractive. It's all good to, you know, feel wanted. But there's a big difference in a person having high interest and low interest. Some guys, they waste so much time in their life chasing women with low interest. Some women have trouble dealing with the wrong guys because they have low interest. See, when you're dealing with a person with low interest, they're not going to make it easy for you to get to know them. That's just a part of the game because they don't feel like they have to. Versus you're dealing with somebody with high interest, who is just an open book, who is just willing. And actually, the difference is about the way they treat you. They treat you better. But for some reason, it's kind of like we don't want the people who have high interest. We want the people who have low interest. I don't know, is it something about the chase? Or it's something about just about, you know, a gold, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that's what we want. You know, we want to turn that person. We want to convince that person that, yeah, you need to be fucking with me. Like, why you need to, you know, why you have low interest? Like, this is me. And I think that this really determines a lot of successfulness in relationships and just dating. Because if you just think about it, some men have already figured it out. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice it might be a dude who's dealing with a woman and she might not be, you know, she might be not too attractive. You know, she might not be the ideal, you know, woman that everybody, you know, strives to look like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, and some woman might be like, damn, why he with her? It's probably three things. One, she's probably satisfying him physically. The other thing is she probably, you know, might be doing well for herself. Another thing is she probably know how to really treat a man. You know, the same thing with a man with a woman. You see a ugly man with a woman, you be like, damn, like, she would, you know, why she with him? I guarantee you, it's probably one of those things I just named. You know what I'm saying? He probably got some money. He's probably financially well off. He probably also know how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? And hey, look, he might be satisfying in the bed. And she probably made up her mind a long time ago, like, hey, like, I ain't worried about no damn, you know, the typical nigga. You know, nigga might be short. You know what I'm saying? They probably forget about all of that because he probably treating her well. And so, you know, versus another dude who probably got many women chasing after him, and she ain't got to share him, you know, and she probably like, you know, I'd rather have this dude right here. Because that dude showed a lot of high interest. But for some reason, it's hard for certain people to grasp that. You know what I'm saying? And it's all mental. That's the thing about it. It's all mental. It's all what's in our eyes. Like, we have to, like, you know, deal with somebody we feel like that's, you know, who we should be with. But a lot of times people, they go through some unfair relationships because of, you know, dealing with people with low interest. You know, they might, you know, you might be able to, you know, to gain that interest a little bit more, you know, by dealing with them if you want to go through that. But 9 times out of 10, it's probably really not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? And then what ends up happening is they're getting older. Then the older they get, the more they realize, you know, they didn't wasted so many years dealing with people with low interest. You know what I'm saying? And then they kind of let their standards down a little bit. You know, well, I guess I'll go ahead and deal, you know, with somebody. You know, maybe my standards was a little bit too high, or maybe, you know, like these, you know, I just chose the wrong type of guy. I'm telling you, that's what normally happens. So, if I'm a woman, like, it would be, and some women, like I said before, they already got this figured out. You deal with a guy, like, for example, they always talk about, you know, Russell Wilson, Sierra Pearl, you know, he's lame, all that. Well, if you think about it, this man worth millions. So that's first and foremost. Like, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have a chance. But the thing about it is, he's a nice guy, but he's a nice confident guy. So, you know, just because it's a man that doesn't fit the format, you know, the description that you think that should be accepted, doesn't mean you shouldn't give him a chance. If the guy's showing high interest, then you might want to, you know, tap into that, you know, because he probably really do mean well. And, you know, and there's some guys that do play games, you know, so, hey, you know, but overall, though, you know, you should really, like, look into that, you know what I'm saying, not pass it up, not worry about what your friends got to say, or, you know, is he, you know, I mean, if he check out all the boxes, and he's showing high interest, deal with him. You know, I don't understand, why give him a hard time to get to know you? That don't make no sense. Fellas, same thing. If it's a woman, she might not be. I ain't gonna sit back. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I'm sorry. It's hard for me. I'm saying all of this, but it's hard for me to really deal with an unattractive woman. Like, it's hard for me. It really is. So I fit right in this same category. It's just what I'm talking about. But she don't have to be, you know, literally. I like a woman with a little meat on her. You know, she ain't got to be just gigantic big, but she can have a nice shape on her. You know what I'm saying? She can look nice. You know, you cute. Hey, ain't no wrong with a cute big girl. You know what I'm saying? But not as long as she ain't too big. But there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? You know, but flat out ugly, I can't do that. Flat out ugly. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know, but some people probably could. You know, hey, look, that body right. Hey, look, that cover for a lot of shit. But for real though, man. You know what I'm saying? So on the serious side, you have to, you know, just look past just looks, and, you know, and just give people a chance if they really showing high interest towards you. You know, and the interest is actually something like legit. It ain't just, you know. So that's pretty much it, man. My free game for the day, man. Y'all be easy.